Well, I'm out here at Usery. The last 24 hours has started giving me anxiety. It's November 4th. Election is tomorrow. And God only knows what the next week is going to bring here. A little nervous about it. Not a big fan of either candidate, as I personally am a leftist, and both candidates are right-leaning, and one is extremely right-leaning. So, a little worried either way, but thought I'd come out here and take my mind off things a bit. Let's see. I always forget. I know this little route here is fun to cruise at least. It's about 60 degrees. And as a Southern Arizonan, I'm freezing. I haven't done a lot of night rides after October, but I want to start doing more this year. So, this is my trail. So I'm in full tights and a jacket. It's this running jacket and the sleeves are pretty thin, and I'm kind of not stoked that I didn't wear my mountain biking puffer jacket, because they are very thin. I might send this back to Amazon. I just got a really cheap jacket to try, because I like the design of it, but I mean, my arms are freezing. The center is kind of a puffer style, but the arms are like, I don't know, spandexy cotton maybe. But once I get moving, I may not even think about it as much. 60 degrees probably doesn't seem cold to most anyone that doesn't live in Southern California or Southern Arizona. But it's also going to be in the 40s in a couple hours. Should be off the trail by then. My buddy Dustin was supposed to come out with me, but he's been supposed to come out with me since July. He always bails. Come on, Dustin. I ordered some of these cheap mountain biking pants off Amazon. They're generic, and I thought they would be a little more adjustable, but they were just too big in the waist. So I sent them back, and I'm trying a different size, but they won't be here till later. My long bib, long sleeve leg bib, does not cut the wind, but it does insulate a bit better than shorts bibs. This track's real fun. Usery is kind of the place I come when I don't want like a full half day ride, but I want something easier. Most of this loop I do is pretty easy, with the exception of a little area called Cat's Peak that has a pretty technical climb on the route that I take. It's not black, it's considered blue, but it's pretty hard. I gotta get used to it again, as I've only ridden it a couple times since I got the e-bike, and I really suck at it. Not sure I'll even hit it tonight, but we'll see if I can stay warm. Oh. There's a real hard turn here. Tough climb right after. Not that tough, but you have to shift into a lower gear before you go downhill. I'll never make that turn. Looks like there might be a couple riders out here tonight. There was a race here this weekend. It's a lot of fun out here. There's a lot of different little loops and routes you can make. You never get too far away from the car. Yeah, my arms are cold. I'm wearing a long sleeve under it. Guess I should have worn the puffer jacket. Okay, whoa. I forgot about that part. All the snakes are going to sleep finally. It's been getting into the mid 40s at night. Went from summer to southern Arizona winter real quick. It'll eventually get into the 30s even. Sometimes the 20s and rarely the teens, but it does happen. So yeah, I'm a little worried about what tomorrow might bring. As I'm sure you can tell by now on my channel, I'm a loony lefty. I'm not a Democrat. I am left of that. Democrats in the U.S. are now basically old-time Republicans. If you look at a political compass, Kamala, Biden, Obama, you know, they're all pretty near where Bush Sr., Reagan, even Nixon, etc. are on a political compass. Ooh, right to the sand. And that's just not something I'm into. Authoritarian right-wing regimes, high unfettered capitalism, etc. Taxes not helping the people, but feeding corporations and politicians and the war machine. But I do vote against the worst of two evils, and I'm sure a chunk of you that watch mountain bike videos are going to say, well, that's Kamala. Okay, she's pretty bad, but I think she's bad for a lot different reasons than you do, I'm sure. Anyway, now that I started moving and then I stopped, this jacket's actually pretty warm and nice and ventilated. So I think I'm going to keep it. I started sweating when I stopped. And now it feels pretty nice. If it was in the 40s, it'd probably be too thin. So the reason I want to ride more at night in the winter is that I can get more rides in. So I own a pretty small, well, very small business that's mainly just eBay and Etsy and my website, and I'm going to try and put it on a few other platforms. It's tough to make money with because I sell really small music, trinkets, and there's just not a lot of profit margin. People will only pay so much for a patch or a button or a sticker. So it's all about multiple sales. And I make a chunk of it myself. So I need to be able to have some time to put into it during the day. And I don't have a ton of energy. When I'm working, even at a desk, I get worn out really easy. Oh shoot. Okay, I'm good. Thought I dropped a chain. Even though Arizona is the place to ride during the day in the winter, there's only so many daylight hours, and I'm a night owl. So I have trouble waking up early. I don't get up super late. I wake up at usually between 8 and 9. It takes me a while to get going. My energy levels are just slow to build and zapped easily. Sometimes I use my power levels like a gear shift. What do you guys ride e-mountain bikes do? I like riding the Shimano motor in trail on flat and easy climbs like this, but when it gets steep, I need some help. How do you do it? Give Old Cat's Peak a try. The park closes in like 10 minutes and I got like 9 miles to go, so, or 4 miles to go, excuse me. So why not? Now that we've gotten moving, I kind of like this jacket. I'm also thinking about trying a riding vest. Keep my core warm, wear some long sleeve jersey for nights like this when it's not absolutely freezing, but it's cold, chilly. What do you guys wear? Ooh, it's a little spicy up this climb. You can pedal strike so easy. There's some water breaks that make it really tough that are still hanging me up. I used to be able to go right up on this one. It's not bad, but it's worth it for the climb on the other side. But you gotta hit them just right, because they're big. It's not bad. The downhill up there is worth it though. It's short, but it's fun and chunky. So I slowly get my skills and balance back. Stuff gets easier and easier. Let's descend Cat's Peak together. Pretty chunky, but not crazy. It's very fun though. A couple little things that might hang me up, but I don't remember getting stuck on it last time. Crazy how as I get my balance back a little more, my skill set, the stuff that looked scary to me 6 months ago doesn't look like anything now. I barely even recognize it when I was freaking out about it when I'd come up to it before. Yeah, some fun little rocky section there. Ooh, I hit that rock wrong. I really enjoy going up this. That part will catch your pedal. The rest is pretty easy after that, I think. Just some jumpable water breaks. But just fun chunk. Short but sweet. I need to try going up this way and coming down the other way. I bet that's way more fun. I don't know why I've never done it. This would be a way easier climb. Next time I'll try that. I think we're gonna go just straight back to the car the last 4 miles without stopping. Since the park is closing, and I'll try and be respectful. Can't remember if I said it earlier, but there was a race here this weekend, showdown at Usery. It's an 8-hour race. Not my thing. I haven't raced since middle school, and I'm okay with that. I got nothing to prove. I set my own goals, and I'm fine. Got a couple buddies that are really into it, and I totally stoked on them doing it and cheer them on. Sometimes go to the races, and that's Cat's Peak. Back to the car, but we're gonna take Moon Rock, which is really, really fun. Very smooth flow. Almost all downhill for, I think, a couple miles. Poop. Too much poop out of here today. Smells. But horses are beautiful. Used to horseback ride when I was a kid and took lessons for a couple years from a neighbor. Weird things I think of when I'm riding. We're on Moon Rock now. Really fun. There's a few parts where it looks like I guess what moon rock would look like, but there's parts like that all over this trail system. Let's start getting fun here. Getting through some dips. Real smooth. This stuff kind of, I guess this is what they say looks like moon rock. But we saw a lot of that. Every twig is a snake since I ran over that snake. Here's some moon rock. Especially at night, I think this twigs, this is the real moon rock. I think that those twigs that are embedded into the ground are a snake. Almost never is. Not many critters out anymore. Now that I've worn this jacket through this ride, I really like it. It's really well ventilated. And the torso is puffer style, so it stops the wind. But the wind comes through the arms and kind of just airs everything out. Really cheap brand called Bayleaf that's on Amazon that makes a lot of cycling stuff, but it's pretty good quality. Alright, final run here. Straight back to the truck. This is the very end little last mileage. I feel a lot better after a ride. My anxiety's lower. My body feels better. Taking my mind off stuff. Does it do that for you? I would imagine it does. Ah, there's that rotor. I'll never fix it, I guess. And that's all she wrote, folks. I only missed the park closing by 20 minutes. Oops. We're out of here now, though.